Hey, on Monday, I told you the story about a website which purported to be a 26-year-old woman trying to raise $1 million. She said, listen, I'm pregnant. I plan to get an abortion on July 10th. However, if pro-life advocates want to donate $1 million to me, which I will put in a trust fund for my potentially future baby, I will cancel the abortion. And we speculated about what this was. Is it for real? Is it not real? Is it someone who's going to abscond with the money? What's the reality of it? Well, it turns out that it was all a publicity stunt for a new novel by a supposedly controversial author who we won't be naming. You can find the information. We'll link to an article about it, but we're not going to give them publicity on the show. The website we discussed seemed to be the work of an anonymous pregnant woman, and it was actually just a publicity stunt for this book. July 7th, which was yesterday, supposedly the website would go live and start accepting donations. Instead, it went away and it was replaced by a page promoting a novel with links to buy the book on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble and other websites. The page said this was an augmented excerpt from the book, which is now on sale. Lewis, what was your reaction when you heard about this?
I wasn't too surprised. It seemed a bit outrageous, and I'm not surprised it was a publicity stunt. I thought it was actually very clever. I think it was brilliant, actually, and it got everyone's attention, didn't it?
It did, but I don't know that it's the type of publicity that's going to sell that many books. This is an author who is known for writing books about the sexual relationships of Americans and touching some of these issues. And I don't know that this type of stunt is really going to sell more books. And I may be wrong, right? You could come back to me and say, no, it's on the top 10 Amazon bestsellers or something. And I'd say, oh, okay, I guess it did work.
Well, I would say it can't hurt. If you get this much attention, I see it as only a benefit because you will at least sell a few more books, right?
Yeah, it's a fair point. If you were already a fan of this author, you were probably already decided on buying the book or not buying the book. You wouldn't necessarily change your mind because of the stunt. It wouldn't make anybody who was planning on buying the book say, not going to buy the book now because of the publicity stunt. You could pick a few people off. I guess in that sense, it's not a total waste of time. It just doesn't seem that effective to me.
Well, might not be incredibly effective, but I do think it was pretty clever. And certainly I will not be buying the book, and I don't care. I don't even care who wrote it. I don't care about the book, but it was clever to me.
Do you think that it's that media that are now following up on the story should or should not name the author in the book?
Oh, well, I guess if people are curious, they'll look it up themselves. I guess it's okay to mention the author. I'm assuming most people will not have heard of that author anyway. I don't see the harm. I don't think there was any harm done in this publicity stunt.
You don't think that the author should be punished, however, as the case may be, for the publicity stunt?
No, I don't think so.
All right, send me your thoughts on this. Twitter.com/dpakman. We have Hatriot Mail coming up after the break.